November 10th at 1 p.m. at Zoom teleconference meeting. This is an executive order of remote participation. On March 12, 2020, Governor Baker issued an order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. I hereby call the meeting to order. Roll call. Commissioner Collins.
Present.
Commissioner Shea.
Present.
Commissioner O'Brien is present. The chair will wait a motion on the minutes of the open session meeting of November 4, 2020.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we accept the minutes of the open session meeting of November 4th, 2020.
Second.
There's a motion made and seconded to accept the minutes of the open meeting of November 4th, 2020 for approval. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote. The minutes of the executive session meeting of November 4th, 2020 for approval.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to make this motion, but numbers 4 and 5 are related based on what we did at that executive session, so I'll treat them. I'll take one right after the other. The first is, I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes of the executive session meeting of November 4th, 2020 for approval, and I'm going to release them in my next motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to accept the minutes of the executive session meeting of November 4th, 2020 for approval. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote.
Number
Go ahead,
5.
Commissioner Shea.
Number 5, Mr. Chairman, and bear with me, this is lengthy. We have an announcement of the minutes for the executive session held last week on November 4th, 2020. Last week, as I said, on November 4th, 2020, the commission has entered into an executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A, Number 7, to comply with or act under authority of any general or specific law, specifically MGL 30A, Section 22F and G, regarding review of executive session minutes, specifically the executive sessions held on December 6, 2017, April 25th, 2018, July 10th, 2019, July 17th, 2019, February 26, 2020, September 9th, 2020, and September 23rd, 2020. To amend any said minutes, consider the same for relief of continued non-disclosure, and to take any action during the same, relative to the same. During the meeting, the commission has voted to disclose and release the executive session minutes of December 6th, 2017, and April 25th, 2018. Secondly, the commission has voted to continue non-disclosure status of the following minutes: July 10th, 2019, July 11th, 2019, February 26, 2020, and September 9th, 2020. These executive session minutes, because the purpose for which these executive sessions were held, namely purpose 6, to consider the lease of real property, in that the chair had declared that an open session meeting would have a detrimental effect on the negotiating position of the public body. This continues to exist. Finally, the commission has voted to release the executive section minutes from the session held on September 23rd, 2020, with such minutes to be subject to redaction by the county's administrative staff for applicable exemptions under the public records law, if any. That is my motion, Mr. Chairman. And that summarizes what we did last week in the executive session.
I'll second the motion.
There's a motion made by Commissioner Shea, second by Commissioner Collins, referring to the announcement relating to the executive session of November 4, 2020, as indicated in his motion, and second by Commissioner Collins. On the vote, Commissioner Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Shea?
Yes.
And Commissioner O'Brien votes yes. Are there any public comment? Hearing no public comment, we'll go into the facility maintenance capital improvement report. John McGowan.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, and
Good
Good afternoon, John.
happy pre-Veterans Day. We're working in Rentham Court, finishing up down there. This week should be the end of all the work that needs to be done down in Rentham Court with the plexiglass. That, I don't know if they're going to come up with anything else, but we got to move on. We're going to finish what we got going on down there this week, and then we're going to move over into Superior. I believe Stoughton Court is complete. I haven't heard any recalls down there. I know there's some work that we have to do in Superior that needs to be done for the new Chief Justice, and that's where we'll be working next after Rentham. And what I'm trying to do is get all these outside courthouses done and just concentrate on Dedham here. I don't know what the story is with District right now. I believe everything is over there that's done that needed to be done. And I'm sure once the courts open up, there'll probably be other work that they'll want done in the future. But as of right now, that's the way it stands with that. And I have to ask you about, I was walking around, I put flags out for around the courthouses for tomorrow. And while I was walking outside, I noticed where these parking meters are, somebody put the company, they put like a mini cell tower right in front of Registry of Deeds stairs, right in front of the stairs. I don't know if any of you have seen that or know about it. I don't know anything about it, but they did one there and they put one over in front of District. I don't know if it has it looks like a mini tower with it's about 10 feet high, and well, I know it's going to be a concern when we're doing snow removal, and I didn't know if there was any way we could get it moved. I'll have to look into that, but if we could get it moved down to the corner, would be a more appropriate place for it. They have one across the street on the corner of Ames and Hyde. They have the same. They just put them in evidently today, because I haven't noticed them until today. So I didn't know if anybody knew anything about it.
Well, have Director Mullen get a hold of Joe Flank and ask him if he can remove them.
Well, just relocate them. I don't know if we can. I'm sure they have something to do with the meters. I'm positive they do, but I just wanted to bring attention. That's all. I don't know if somebody's going to complain about them or not.
Yeah, no, I'll be happy to follow up with Mr. Flanagan. I do know that the town went through a lot of engineering. Like in planning for the work that they had done in terms of the trenches. So, I'll follow up with Joe to see exactly what the status is and if that is or isn't a possibility. So I will follow up.
Okay.
Well,
all right, thank you.
I know it's
any questions of John McGowan, Commissioner Collins?
I'm all set, but John, did you have a few more things to say right then?
Well, I know it's going to be a problem when snow removal is going to be a problem with that there, because when we use the machines and the town uses the machines, they hit the walls out in front, the brickwork. That's something I have to address probably next summer. I can't do anything with it right now, but I believe that they're going to. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm not very often do I get to be wrong. But I just wanted to make you aware of it. That's all.
Thank you.
Any comments, Commissioner Shea?
No, I was just trying to picture what it is. Did you say it's like a sand barrel?
No, it's like a mini cell tower. It's got a base on it, and then it's got like a 8-foot or a 9-foot pole with two receptors on the top of it, it looks like.
So it's fairly new. It wasn't there 2 weeks
It
ago.
was there yesterday. I didn't see it there yesterday. I didn't even know they were putting them in. Today, I didn't see them putting them in, but nobody told me they were in there putting them in. They might have done it yesterday, late afternoon or something. I'm not sure, Commissioner.
Yeah, take a picture of it just so we'll have it, but I hate to see something, I mean, if it operates the traffic system, maybe we can put it behind a tree or something on our property, but I mean, that's so, so historic there and such a good view on both sides of the street between the registry and the Superior Court, I mean, if we could move it 10 feet onto, and put a little bush around it or something, maybe it would help. But I don't know. I don't have a feel. Take a picture of it, though. I'm curious.
I will.
Thank
And
you.
I wasn't here last week to congratulate you. Congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Okay,
All right.
thank you, John.
I have no other questions.
All right, thank you for the report, thank you. Appointments, we have none, old business, non-personal matters for consideration. There's several from Aggie School. Is the await a motion for approval of the
I'll make a motion.
papers.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we approve the following personnel matters: a change of address for one individual at the school, a notice of resignation of an instructor at the school, a notice of resignation of a substitute instructor, notice of a change of address of an employee, and notice of resignation of one custodian who's being transferred from the school to Quincy District Court, which actually is a promotion, I hope. And then a change of address for our employee, full-time employee at the Wallaston Recreational Facility.
Second.
The motion made and seconded to approve the blue papers as presented by the Aggie School and also the Wallaston Recreation Center. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed? It is a vote. The payroll and the expense warrants for approval November 10th. The chair will wait a motion.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we approve the county expense warrant dated 11/2, warrant number 11-2-21, in the amount of $33,998.09. The second one is the county weekly
Second.
payroll 21-19 in the amount of $141,102.66.
Second.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve the county expense warrant and also weekly payroll as presented by Commissioner Shea. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed? It is a vote. We have an update on the bid openings for the Norfolk County Aggie High School building repair project. Nancy, could we hear from you on that, please?
Hi, Commissioners. Yes, the bids opened yesterday at 2 p.m. At this building via Zoom. We received 5 bids. We received a bid from Homer Contracting in the amount of $1 million, the total contract price, in the amount of $1,296,000. J.J. Cardosi Incorporated in the amount of $1,336,000. Lambrian Construction in the amount of $1,342,000. Paul J. Rogan Company in the amount of $1,411,640. And Lockheed Window Corp in the amount of $1,413,000. References are being checked for the lowest responsible bids. And just as a side note, the 3 lowest bids came in under the estimated cost of the project, which is $1.4 million.
Okay, very good. The chair will wait a motion to take them under advisement.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman. We take the aforementioned bids for the Norfolk County Agricultural School under advisement to be acted upon at a later date.
Second.
Motion made, seconded to take the bids of the Aggie School Building Repair Project under advisement till a future date. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It is a vote. Contract awards, we have none. And we come to the report of the county director, Mr. Mullen.
Yes, and thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you know, one of the things we've been working on since the end of last year was actually working with our financial software firm, who who is Infinite Visions, and the Budget Sense accounting platform that the county uses for its accounting and financial services. We ever since we the county commission has approved the last audit at the end of last year, obviously addressing in working to address the management letter comments has been a priority. And one of the priorities in addressing those is getting working with the Infinite Visions to set up a training and a best practice analysis. We had hoped to do that over the summer. However, with the pandemic, with the Infinite Visions is, all the travel restrictions, we weren't able to set that up with them. I'm pleased at this moment, in working with Mark McDonald and the folks in our office and at the Aggie and in all of our departments, we were able to set up the training. It is going to happen actually online and virtual now, but it will happen in the first full week of December. And we have, over the last week, we've been working with departments. We've gotten information and notices, and scheduling information out to all of our departments. And this has been something that's a long time in the making, in terms of having all of our departments utilize all the financial software that we have, and to input all their, all the human resources information, all the paid time off, in all those aspects that we have to now be accounting for, hopefully under one system and not half in a system and in spreadsheets and everything else. It will it will all be centralized. And again, and again, this is something that our auditors, have been pushing us on for some time. And I'm very happy that, at this point, we are heading in a direction, that will help accomplish that. I also want to mention, in next week's meeting, on the 18th, we're at 1:15, we're gonna have the architect who we engaged on the Norfolk County Superior Court on the roof in the dome there. And that that firm is CSS. CSS Architects. And they're gonna be before the commissioners at 1:15. And they're gonna give an overview of their report, and the recommendations, that they're making, in terms of how we move forward with that project, and address, all the issues, that we face with the dome there. That has been a long time in the works, as well, using our bond proceeds. And I'm excited, to keep that moving forward, and to hopefully move forward with that project in the spring. And finally, we do have a letter. The county received a letter, actually recently from the Bar Association in Norfolk County. As we know, the Bar Association has a history and a tradition of using the district's courts in Quincy and Dedham, as part of their legal clinic efforts. And they have once again asked for permission, to do the same for, 2021. However, understanding where we are in the pandemic, we are going, you'd have to, in terms of what we face this year, we are going, you'd have to work with the trial court, and all the stakeholders in our courthouses with them. And I did draft a letter, a response, for the commissioner's approval. That outlines exactly that. And that we'd be willing to work with them to make, all that a reality again this year. So, I'm not sure if anyone has any questions on that, but, I just wanted to open it up on that, as well. And that is all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. The chair will accept the motion to have the chairman sign the letter as written by Director Mullen to the executive director of the Norfolk County Bar Association.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman, that we
Okay, second.
allow use of the courthouses for the Bar Association.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve the request of the Bar Association for the use of the Quincy and Dedham District Court on certain evenings, as explained in the letter by Director Mullen. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? There's a vote. Is there any further business to come before the commissioners? Commissioner Collins?
I'm all set.
Okay, Commissioner Shea?
One quick note, I noticed that the director mailed or emailed out a copy of his letter to Secretary Heffernan at A&F and a list of reimbursements that we're hoping to get under the CARES Act. And I wanted to comment that I've been asking about this, but I didn't realize it was detailed as this. It really looks like a great submission. It's easily read, and hopefully they'll send us $249,871 in the return mail. But I just want to shout out to Mike and Nancy and whoever put this together, Bill, because it's really good and it really explains it very, very well.
Okay, and also I'm sure Commissioner Collins and Commissioner O'Brien echoes those remarks. As a job well done from Nancy and from Director Mullen and Bill Buckley and the entire staff that had something to do with it, and also with the Aggie school staff that put all those things together. It was well written and very good. We appreciate it very much. Is there anything further to come before the commissioners? If not, the chair will await a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion we adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
There's a motion made and seconded that we adjourn the commissioners' meeting of November 10th. All those in favor?
Oh,
Aye.
All those opposed? It is opposed. Thank you, and God bless.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Nancy, Joe, Fran, thank you.
Thank
Stay
you.
well.